Welcome to Castle Sports Talk. Here with a rapid fire NFL mock draft for 2026. I'm excited, man. I'm very happy to be here with my boy, Big Z. What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good. Ready to do some rapid fire drafting.
All right. I'm with it. So we have this place reserved at Capital One Cafe. We're obviously not sponsored by them, but big shout out to Capital One Cafe. So we're just gonna get straight into it. All right, no waiting, nothing. All right, you ready, Z?
Yeah.
All right, with the first pick. Wait, are you doing odds or evens?
Evens.
He's doing evens. I'm doing odds. With the first pick of the NFL draft, Raiders go. No one. What am I trying to say? Raiders go none other than Fernando Mendoza. And if I'm looking over here, it's because I got the notes. Fernando Mendoza. And Fernando Mendoza, best quarterback in college football last year. Some will say it's Simpson. It's some controversy out of nowhere, but it's definitely Mendoza. Won the Heisman, won the Natty. Raiders have, some things in place for him. Tyler Linderbaum, Ashton Genty, Trey Tucker. They got Thornton, Jack Besh on offense. They signed a whole bunch of defensive pieces. If Fernando Mendoza hits, that is lovely, lovely for the Raiders. Bad for my Chargers. Pick number 2, we have the Jets. Who did the Jets go down?
The Jets went David Bailey because a lot of people are picking Arvell Reese because of his edge play, but he's excelling more at linebacker than edge, and they want the best edge and not Arvell Reese, and the best edge is David Bailey, so that's where they go.
All right. David Bailey is the best edge in the class. Right, Arvell Reese is very versatile. David Bailey right now is the best edge in the class. So Cardinals at 3, they go Arvell Reese. Get a little one-pick fall with Arvell Reese. They would love to add I don't know if you would consider him a blue-chip player, but blue-chip player in Arvell Reese, stick him right in there. He could play linebacker. He could play edge. He has more potential than, high floor right now at edge, more of a high ceiling than high floor player at edge. But the Cardinals would love to add Arvell Reese in their building and give their defense some juice. Number 4, the Titans. Who do they go down?
Titans go Carnell Tate instead of Jeremiyah Love because we're thinking that Carnell Tate has more of a positional value than Jeremiyah Love, and he'll help Cam Ward the same or even more than Jeremiyah Love will.
Yeah, he's the best wideout in the draft. And the best wideouts in the draft always go early. And the Titans, steal them from the Giants because Carnell Tate will go to the Giants if you ask us. And that leads us to the Giants. They get Carnell Tate swiped right from under them. So they go the next best thing for Jackson Dart for that team. CC Mauigoa, best offensive tackle in the draft. That's the consensus. Everyone thinks so, not just us. And that would be great for their offense immediately. Going on to pick number 6, Browns. Who do the Browns go down?
The Browns go Spencer Fano. They need an offensive tackle because last year they were the second worst offensive line in the league. And Spencer Fano has the highest ceiling and I think also the highest floor. And he can play most of the offensive line positions.
Maybe not the highest ceiling, but he definitely has the highest floor, could play multiple positions. Browns would love Fano in that building. Redskins, they get Sonny Styles, my favorite player, my favorite prospect in the draft, not just defensively, but overall. That dude is an animal. He's a beast. And he replaces Bobby Wagner, adds some young juice to that team. Redskins are ecstatic with the converted linebacker from safety, Sonny Styles from Ohio State. Easy pick for them. 8, who do the Saints go? This one's interesting, Zion.
The Saints go Mansor Delane. Because I forget why.
Well, they lose Alontae Taylor. 2 years ago, they lost Marshawn Lattimore. And keep going about that.
So they lost Marshawn Taylor and Alontae
Taylor, Marshawn Lattimore.
Marshawn Lattimore. And now they need help in the secondary position. And Mansor Delane is the best corner in the draft. And they taken from the Chiefs.
Yep, exactly. He had a great combine, very fast. Mansor Delane has great tape. And like, who else are they going to go with? You know what I mean? Who else are they going to go with? Bain? You know, I don't see them taking Bain. I just don't see that. But they could. They could go Bain, but we have them going, replacing Alontae Taylor. It just makes more sense. Delane, and, you know, if Delane doesn't go here, Chiefs are taking him next. Who do the Chiefs go at 9? They either go, in our draft, they either want Delane or Caleb Downs. Fine, take Delane. We'll go with Downs to replace our safety that went to the Bengals. Cook, easy one-on-one replacement. And he's going to be their very talented safety for the next 4 or 5 years. That leads to the Bengals at pick 10. Who they go, Zion?
Bengals go Rueben Bain. They lost Trey Hendrickson, so now they need an edge, and they also need defense in general because their defense sucks.
Yep.
So they go the second best edge in the draft, or third if you count Arvell Reese, as Rueben Bain.
Yeah, and Rueben Bain is maybe the second, third best prospect, but had the best edge season in terms of stats last year. It's just his short arms make him not as good as a prospect. And the Bengals go with him at 10. You cannot be mad at him at 10. 11, Dolphins need freaking everything. They need literally every single position. They go one with very high positional value, offensive tackle, Freeling. They could go Jeremiyah Love, but they have Devon A-Chain, and they double down on Devon A-Chain. They don't trade him when they very well could have in their rebuild. And I think that means they're gonna sign him long term. And to sign him long term, they go with a running back's best friend, offensive line Freeling. Cowboys. Who do the Cowboys go, Zion?
Cowboys go Jeremiyah Love.
Woo!
They do need defense, but they have a later pick at 20, and Jeremiyah Love is usually drafted at 4 or around there, so that's a huge fall. And the reason he fell was because of the positional value he has, and 12 was still amazing for a running back.
Yeah, we were watching some tape from Jeremiyah Love, and what did we see with the tape?
That he has an amazing offensive line over at Notre Dame.
He benefited a lot from the offensive line. Like, that's not going to be the case in the NFL. You know what I mean? So it's we're not taking anything away from him. We still have him going 12. That's amazing for a running back, but that's just something to consider.
And we didn't steal it from
Mina Kimes. We created this draft before Mina Kimes dropped hers, and Mina Kimes also had Love going to the Cowboys. Pick 13, Rams. We have the Rams going Makai Lemon. Great slot receiver. And, very tough player. Devontae Adams is getting really old. His contract expires after this season. Puka Nacua is in rehab. They got to go wide receiver. They go Makai Lemon. Ravens, who do they go at pick 14, Zion?
The Ravens go Ioane. A guard, I forget where.
Out of Penn State?
Penn State. The Ravens need offensive line. I forget what to say on this pick, too.
Well, they get Trey Hendrickson, so they don't go edge. They don't go Falk. They could go wide receiver with Tyson, but they get Tyson's always injured. So they go Ioane, best guard in the draft.
And if they go Tyson, why wouldn't they go follow through with Max Crosby? Because they also let Max Crosby go because of his physical.
Exactly.
Is what is rumored.
Great point, Sound. Pick 15, Bucks, we go Akheem Mesidor. We were thinking here Falk or Mesidor, and at first we had Falk, and then we thought it over. We go Mesidor because Mesidor is more NFL ready right now. And the Bucks, coaches on the hot seat. They didn't make the playoffs last year. The fan base is getting lower and lower on Baker Mayfield. They need a player ready right now. Akheem Mesidor at 25 years old is more ready right now than Falk at 20. Falk might have a higher potential, better future. Mesidor is ready right now. So we go the Bucks with Mesidor, huge need at edge. 16, Jets. I think you want to talk about this one, Z.
The Jets go Jordan Tyson to help out what was his name? Oh, Garrett Wilson. To help out Garrett Wilson and to also help out Geno Smith, and they want to win. Probably not going to make it to the playoff, but they want to get better. And Jordan Tyson, he gets injured a lot, but his athleticism and his time on the field is amazing.
Yeah, Jordan Tyson is one of Zion's favorite prospects, and he's amazing. He's just always hurt, which is what kept him out of the top 10. 17, Lions go Proctor. They lose Decker. They lose David Montgomery. They need something to keep Jahmyr Gibbs still him. They need something to keep Jared Goff upright since we know he's not mobile at all. And I think Proctor is the best way to go to keep their Super Bowl aspirations alive. Right? They're still Super Bowl contenders, and Proctor, you can't go wrong with offensive line. If he hits, then the Lions love that. Pick 18, your team, the Vikings. What do the Vikings do, Z?
The Vikings go Thieneman. They need a safety since Harrison Smith, I think, officially retired. So that loses their safeties and their number one safety. And Thieneman is like, they didn't get Caleb Downs and they weren't going to get Caleb Downs. So their next best things was Thieneman, and I forgot who the other one was.
McNeil-Warren.
McNeil-Warren. And Thieneman is still an amazing safety. Not better than Caleb Downs, but still an amazing safety.
Thieneman, he plays with power. He could hit you. He's great at zone coverage, and he's good athletically. And I think he is a slightly better prospect than McNeil-Warren. Even though McNeil-Warren might be like a little bit better athletically, I do think Thieneman, not because he's white, he plays with more IQ. People always associate white players with higher IQ. But anyways, Panthers, they go Kenyon Sadiq at pick 19. Kenyon Sadiq is more than a tight end. He is a pass catcher. He is a wide receiver that could go inline, slot, outside, good in the red zone, good in between the 20s, and he's a great sidekick to Tate McMillan. I think this is a home run pick for the Panthers. Home run pick for them. Cowboys at pick 20. What do they do, Zion?
The Cowboys go Jamad McCoy, which is what we were talking about when Jeremiah Love got picked off the board, that they do need defense, but they have a later pick, which is this pick 20. And they don't have, well, they have Trevon Diggs, but he's just getting worse after every single year. And I think they lost another cornerback, but I forgot who. So to fill in that spot of Trevon Diggs getting worse each year and them losing a cornerback, I think they get Jamad McCoy.
Yeah, they could go Delane at 12, but Love is just, you can't pass on that at 12. And then there, McCoy, some people have McCoy better than Delane. Not too many people, but some do. So McCoy at 20, Love at 12, home run draft. Steelers at 21 go Blake Miller. They could go a lot of different things here. They could go defensive line. They could reach for Jadarian Price. They could go edge. They could go secondary at cornerback. They could even go quarterback and reach for Simpson. But we get something safe, make their team tougher in the trenches, go Blake Miller. If he hits, then the Steeler Nation is not mad at that. They're actually pretty ecstatic. I'm going to steal this pick from Zion. Pick 22, Chargers go Kedrick Folk. I would love Mesidor here. He's NFL ready right now. But, Folk is going to be the replacement for Khalil Mack, and that's essentially what it is. Thule is a beast. We're going to sign him long-term. And Kedrick Folk is going to be someone that goes along with Thule for the next 4 or 5 years. Pick 23, Eagles. I like this pick right here. What do the Eagles do, Zion?
The Eagles go McNeil-Warren. So they have Cooper DeJean and what's that other?
Quinion Mitchell.
And Quinion Mitchell. So that's the cornerbacks, and now they need a safety. And getting McNeil-Warren as a safety is an amazing pair with those two cornerbacks, and then getting this safety is amazing.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
My dad said he's a little bit more athletic, but still an amazing safety.
I wouldn't say they need safety. They could go other positional needs here, but this makes their secondary elite immediately. Pick 24, Browns go Cooper. So Browns go offensive line with pick 6 and Freeling. And what's the other big need? Wide receiver, Freeling and Cooper. Browns are happy with this kind of draft. Pick 25, Bears go who's down?
McDonald.
Yep, defensive tackle.
I forgot his first name, but his last name is McDonald.
Kadyn.
McDonald.
So I'll speak for you because the Bears, they have a really good team. Bears could do a lot of different things, but they get a player, McDonald, where he's really good at run stopping, not so much at pass rushing. So that's why he falls here. And for first and second down, he's going to be on the field all the time, and he's going to stop the run. And that just figures something out for them. Not a huge need, and not a huge positional value, but, you get someone that's really good at stopping the run, and that's his specialty, and they go 24 Bears. I'm going to continue with 25 Bills. They go C.J. Allen, straight one-on-one replacement with Tremaine Edmonds. Straight one-on-one replacement, C.J. Allen, first-round linebacker talent. They're happy with that, especially if he lives up to the hype. Even if he doesn't live up to the hype, they need linebacker. But if he lives up to the hype, at home run pick. 49ers. Who did the 49ers go?
49ers go Cassius Howell.
Yep,
or
edge.
Cassius Howell. Cassius Howell has edge is one of the most important positions.
Do you remember who their first-round pick was last year for the 49ers?
Their first-round pick last year?
It was Michael Williams, edge.
Oh. So they have Michael Williams. I think he did a pretty good year as...
He did. And who's their other edge?
I don't know.
Nick Bosa? Do you know who Nick Bosa is?
Yeah.
Of course you know who Nick Bosa is. Stop acting silly. So they go
But
Nick Bosa.
Bosa is really old. And
he's not really old, but he's really injured. He's really injured.
But after those injuries, it kind of makes him, older.
It makes him older, right?
That's why I said really old. But to help Michael Williams on the other side, we get Cassius Howell, who is another edge to help with their defense. And I'm pretty sure some of their defensive players are still injured. So to help with that, they get Cassius Howell.
Next pick, Texans at 28. They go Ihenekor. Number 3 worst offensive line. First is Chargers, second is Browns, then the Texans. Terrible offensive line. They traded away some pieces in the beginning of the offseason, then they brought in a bunch of pieces. And it's starting to make sense where it wasn't in the beginning. And they continue their building. They continue their building of the offensive line with the Ihenekor, and they reach for him a little bit, but it's a big need for them. Chiefs at 29. What do they do, Zion?
Chiefs go Avion Terrell. On pick 9, they got Caleb down since they couldn't get Mansor Delane, so they just filled in the spot for Brian Cook. And they traded away what's his name? The cornerback.
Trent McDuffie.
Yeah, they traded away Trent McDuffie, so now they also have a hole at corner. So they go Avion Terrell, which was still on the board. Amazing corner. I think Avion Terrell is more like a tackling corner. I think after what I saw as his stats, so they just fill in that spot of Trent McDuffie.
Dolphins next up at pick 30. Like I said, they have a bunch of holes. They go they go tackle with Freeling. They went Freeling. And then at wide receiver, they go Casey Concepcion is another big need after Jalen Waddle leaves. Tyreek Hill is obviously really hurt all the time. And Concepcion is a Jalen Waddle kind of receiver, really run after catch kind of guy. Struggled with drops, which is what makes him, no pun intended, drop here on the board. But Casey Concepcion fills a big need for the Dolphins. Like I said, everything's a need for the Dolphins, but Casey Concepcion is a really good player to pick up here at 30. 31, who did the Patriots go? Oh, wait. Sorry, we kind of mixed it up. I do 31, so I'll take this one over, Zion. Patriots go Caleb Banks, defensive tackle, to replace Tonga. Tonga is their run stuffer. And, run stuffing defensive tackles are, are a good thing to have, but they're not a huge need, which is why you see them usually go in the end of the first round and second round, the elite run-stopping defensive tackles. And the Patriots replaced Tonga with Banks. Makes perfect sense for them. Final pick, 32, Seahawks. Who does Seahawks goes on?
Seahawks go Zion Young, edge. We didn't pick him because it has my name, but it was like in between Zion Young and Price. I wanted to go Jadarian Price because he's tied at number 1 as my favorite prospect, and yeah, he had a good offensive line, but the Seahawks have a hole at running back since Zach Charbonnet's injured for some of the year, and when he comes back, that would be a good 1-2 punch. But the way the Seahawks won the Super Bowl was with defense and edge and flooding the offensive line of the Patriots. So we go Zion Young.
Yes, the Seahawks replaced Boye Mafe with Zion Young, and they could reach for Price, but honestly, he could fall to them in the second round if they get lucky. And obviously, running back has one of the lowest positional values on the NFL field, and it makes more sense for them to go Zion Young, who's actually a really good prospect. And there you go. That is our 2026 NFL Draft, picks 1 through 32. I'm here with my boy Z. I'm Mr. Junior. This is Castle Sports Talk. Any last words, Z?
No.
No? How's school going?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Like
great?
Good.
My son, he made the basketball team last year. We're in our off season and we're doing a lot of training. So that's some of the things we're doing. And we're actually gonna go home, maybe watch some film for NBA. We got Easter tomorrow. Go to church, and if we're out in time, we're gonna play some basketball at the Y and continue our off season. But other than that, we'll see you guys for the next video. And I can't wait for the draft, man. It's coming soon, and I can't wait to watch it. But anyways, peace out, guys.
Bye.